One of my favorite childhood memories is watching Ma cook khichuri on rainy evenings. Dapur Tupur Brishti played its magical symphony outside while the lightning flashed and the clouds roared at us kids, and all the while the aroma of khichuri wafted silently. And we ate khichuri on festive days as well. This is called bhoger khichuri, and it was cooked for mass consumption and handed out onto our guests' big banana leaf plates with big ladles from huge aluminum buckets. Khichuri is a healthy vegetarian meal that's made with rice, lentils, vegetables, and spices, mixed all together, and it makes a perfect rainy day meal. So these are the ingredients that we used for our khichuri recipe. A half cup of washed basmati rice, 1 cup of Moong Dal, and we used the Sona Moong Dal, 5 to 6 potatoes that were skinned and sliced into half, a small cauliflower that's been cut into florets, a half cup of peas, and we used the frozen kind, 1 teaspoon of ghee, which is also called clarified butter, 1 to 2 dry red chilies, 1 bay leaf, 4 to 6 cardamom pods, 4 to 6 cloves, 1 or 2 cinnamon sticks, a half teaspoon of cumin seeds, a quarter teaspoon of red chili powder, and this depends on how much you can tolerate spiciness, 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, 2 to 3 green chilies, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 4 to 5 tablespoons of vegetable or mustard oil, whichever you have or prefer, salt to taste, and water. This recipe has 3 basic steps. First, you're going to roast the dry moong dal and then fry the cauliflower florets and the potatoes separately and then set those aside. Then you'll saute the spices of the moong bean and the rice, and then you're going to boil the entire thing. So first you'll turn on the stove and heat the pan to medium-high heat. Add the moong dal. And then stir it continuously so that it roasts uniformly. You don't want it to burn at the bottom. And then in 1 or 2 minutes, you're going to remove that from the heat when it turns slightly brown and starts to smell fragrant. And then you're going to set that aside. To that same hot pot, add some oil. And then while the oil heats up, add the cauliflower floret. Stir. And then when those start to turn a slightly brownish color, remove those from the heat. And set those aside also. To that same pan, add more oil if you need to, and then add the potatoes. Stir. Make sure you flip them so that each side has an even golden color. And then remove those potatoes when they're equally fried on all sides. Then set those aside. In the remaining oil, add the ghee. Stir. Add the dried chilies, the cardamom, clove, and cinnamon, the cumin seeds, and then stir these whole spices for about 20 seconds. Then add the potatoes, mix that all together. Add the roasted moong dal. The washed rice. Mix well. Add the turmeric powder, the chili powder, the ginger paste. Mix that well for a minute. Then add 6 cups of water. The green chili. Mix. Bring that mixture to a boil. Then turn down the heat and cover the pan. Cook that for about 10 to 15 minutes until you see the rice getting soft, and then you'll open the cover and mix. Add some salt, the cauliflower, and mix again. The reason that we're adding cauliflower towards the end is because if you add it towards the beginning, it'll get too soft and mushy and it won't retain its shape. Then cover that up and cook that for about 5 minutes. Open the cover again and then stir. Then add the peas. Mix it again carefully so that you're not crushing any of the vegetables and making everything into a mushy mess. And then cover and heat that for another 2 minutes. You want to check to make sure that the potatoes are soft and if there's enough salt. And when you've added the amount that you want to, and the water's almost dry, turn off the heat. And that's it. Khichuri is usually served hot with omelets, babur, or fried vegetables. And in the past, we've served it with fried pumpkin flour fritters.